All right, guys, let's check out this Breitling Super AVI B04 Chronograph GMT 46mm P-51 Mustang. Yeah, that's a lot going on, and this watch has a lot going on. But it also has the size to have all that going on. At 46mm, this is, I think a lot of you guys are going to tap out right now and just be like, I'm already out at 46. But let's talk about it anyway. Big thanks to Richard over at Saltzman's in Rhode Island. I'll put a link to their store in the description, and at some point I hope to get out there and visit, maybe in 2022. So let's just start off with the dimensions. First off, at the case I measure 45mm. The 46 is actually at the bezel, so it's technically a 45. It just looks like a 46. A 50.5 lug to lug. The thickness including the, it's not quite boxed, but it's definitely like chamfered up. It's like a chamfered boxed double domed crystal sapphire. So including that, it's like 16.3. If you were to deduct that, it's like in the 15.5 range. 24mm lug width. And the strap does taper down a little bit. That's nice. You have an 8.5mm screw down crown, nice oversized crown, keeping the 100-meter water resistance on it. This configuration weighing it at 144 grams. So not crazy heavy, but you can definitely feel the weight of the watch, and it should balance out once you size it for your wrist. Really beautiful leather straps. Breitling leather straps are phenomenal. I love that they back them in their corporate yellow. At some point, maybe I'll have one. Right now, I still just do the Breitling Select program, and then, of course, I get to see them like this when Richard at Saltzman sends them over. Elephant in the room. A lot of people are also going to get scared away by the price tag, $10,100, the retail price on a 46mm watch. This thing has a lot going on, though. The movement, the B04 movement, is really the star of the show. You know, the engine, the heart of this watch is really like the highlight of it, I think. So it's a 70-hour power reserve, has 47 joules, beats at 4 hertz or 28,800 vibrations per hour. And this one is a Chronograph GMT, 3 subdials and a date. But one of my favorite things about this is it's a real GMT, right? So we also have the 60-click rotating bezel. So if you want to time something or keep track of a second time zone, you can do that. But if we unscrew the crown, you have a nice pop to it, like it pushes your fingers away almost. You can wind it. So that's nice, smooth, firm. So in its first position, so I did 1 notch out. I have it set for my current local time. We didn't hack the movement. You can see the running seconds over there to the left. At the 9 o'clock, you can see that's still running. So now say I go visit my friends out in Vegas, which hopefully I'll do again soon. I can just move the hour hand back 3 hours. Boom, boom, boom. And I've already set my GMT to my local time, so I still know back home it's in the noon hour. But then for traveling, we're already all set for local time. And you can screw that in. You know, when you fly back, you just go ahead and boom, 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 bring it back to your local time, and you're good to go for standard timekeeping. But you always have that reference for your home time. That's how I would personally use a GMT, but you can use it however you want. Now, the other thing for changing the date, you would basically cycle this hour hand all the way around, and that's how you do your quick change date. So jump it forward, and you get your date change. That could be frustrating if you have to go like 20 days out or something, or 15 days out, whatever it is. That could be frustrating, but some watches like this, maybe it's better to set it and put it in a watch winder to maintain it so it's always running. But I know there's different rules of thought on that. So if you pop this out one more position, it will hack the movement, stop the seconds hand, and then you can adjust the time. And that is how I did it before. I'm not going to do it now because just the length of the video. So you go ahead and push the crown back in, screw it down, and you're good to go. So you have that feature, which is my favorite. And then you also have a column wheel chronograph. Nice positive feel. You guys know I just picked up a Longines Big Eye that's also a column wheel. So if I'm going to own a chronograph, the more I've learned, I'm probably going to end up owning the column wheel. Well, I do own the column wheel. So yes, they're more money. It's just more robust and more reliable from all the research I've done. So a beautiful, nice sweep on that. Nice handset. You have AR coating on the top and bottom of the crystal. If we zoom in a little bit, you guys can see the AR coating towards the edge of that crystal, and you can see how beautiful the Breitling dial is. A little bit of distortion. You have the Breitling B up there at 12. You have minimal text on the dial, really. The rest of it is all like information regarding the functions of it. So you can see as it rounded the 1 minute mark, it went ahead and ticked off 1 minute at the 3 o'clock subdial, which also has like Lume plots on it. So we'll do a Lume shot at the end as well. But we can go ahead and stop that. Nice positive snaps to the pushers here. And it just snaps back instantly. I'm not allowed to take the sticker off the back, but on the back there is a P-51 Mustang etched into the glass or printed on the glass, but you can see that movement, and if you wanted to spin the rotor around, you get to see a little bit more of it. It's a beautiful movement. It's not like hyper super decorated or anything, but you can tell there's a lot of components going on. Let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see potentially how ridiculous a 46 millimeter watch would look. It is a large watch. There's no getting around that, but it is only a 50.5 lug to lug. I often wear watches with 50 millimeter lug widths, so in my opinion, it's still very wearable. It's just a larger presentation. And the thickness for a chronograph, I mean, minus the crystal of 15.5, that's still like legit respectable. So in the future, hopefully I will be able to see some more Breitling chronographs with the B04, because I'm now a massive fan of this movement. But hopefully maybe some smaller sizes. I don't think I personally would buy the 46 millimeter. A 44, no problem. But the 46, if you have like say 7.5 to 8 inch wrist, then this would seem normal to you. And that's why I like showing these. You know, it's not going to be a good representation of it on my wrist, but you guys know with the larger wrist that you're not wearing a 42. Like, it doesn't look right. So you want these 44, 46 and up size watches. That's who this is for. Or if you just prefer larger watches to begin with, regardless of your wrist size. Let's kill the lights. Check the lume on this. I am going to cheat a little bit because I suspect it's not amazing lume. Breitling doesn't usually do like crazy good lume on their chronos, but it is kind of cool that they loomed out the subdial at the 3 o'clock, so you could still use the chronograph even in low light, because they loomed the tip of the chronograph hand and they also loomed the 3 o'clock so you can keep track of the minutes. GMT is loomed. Like, this thing is legible even in the dark. I'm not sure how long the lume will last, but like if you were to go catch a movie or something like that, you can definitely time something if you need to. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.